Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to RSF1 Division 1. This is the first stream of the week. We are here about 40 minutes outside of Milan. It's a beautiful place. We are here for the Italian Grand Prix at Monza. A very much a favourite of mine as a Ferrari fan. One of the only times you get to hear the national anthem of Italy, which is lovely. But anyway, we are here for Division 1 tonight to watch the fastest drivers in RSF1 battle it out to take the top step of the podium. I am joined by Mr. Liam for this first part of qualifying. How are we?
Evening. I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, not so bad. I didn't even realise. I didn't even say who it was on comms now. It's me, RNSCO. Seems like a bit of a pattern, but anyway.
Oh, we have a wet
we
qualifying.
have. I was just about to say that we have a wet qualifying to kick us off.
It's typical European weather, this, isn't it? Bit of rain.
RSF1, here we go. Absolutely. Formula Fusion Racing. This will be a very good one to watch tonight. It's going to be a very interesting one. I'm just going to wait for a few drivers to put their setups on and head out onto the track. How do you find this track, Liam?
It's not one of my best tracks, but I do enjoy it. You've got a mix of high-speed corners, some low-speed corners. Just got to give credit to this Scary chicane. That is
it's something.
Such a lovely sequence of corners.
We've got movement in the pit lane down at Red Bull. It looks like it's Reese that's ready to go out on the intermediate tyres. It doesn't look like too heavy rain at the moment, just a slight drizzle. But we'll see what these drivers can do in this first part of qualifying. Oh, and Reese having a little bit of trouble on the rear end, heading through the first few corners, heading through the Curva Grande at the moment. It's the only one out on track at the moment, and we're just about a minute or two into qualifying.
And
as
Sam
House retires. I'm not too sure whether that's
to have some more movement.
It's either a quali ban or it's disconnection.
We've got Muddy Biscuit.
It's nothing
They're
too
coming out
major.
of the pits.
Followed by the home Ferrari of Rob Kelly.
And Easton following as well. And the Alfa
FFR
Romeo.
Milan in tonight. That's quite a coincidence being at Monza.
Yep.
As we have Aldaf joining the lobby, a very fast driver showing some really decent pace through these first few races of the season. We'll jump on board with Reese, who is starting the first flying lap of this session, heading down the main straight. It's a very long main straight at Monza. Heading down towards turn 1. You go from such high speed to such low speed, heavy braking, and loses the rear end. So is basically going around on two wheels through turns 1 and 2 is not going to set the most perfect of laps to start us off after that moment, but continues on. See how Muddy Biscuits fares with turn 1. We'll see if it's just an issue with Reese's setup or if these drivers are having actual issues going through turn 1. We'll see how Muddy Biscuits takes it though. Heads through turn 1, keeps it relatively clean. We'll jump back on board with Reese, who's just headed through Lesmo. Down the back straight.
Muddy Biscuit.
Down the back straight, heading into the wonderful Ascari chicane. Clips the inside curb, right
and Muddy
the
Biscuit
outside.
has a moment. Coming into the
Jump on board with
Della
Muddy
Rosia chicane.
in a moment. Reese is heading down the
Having a
back
wee
straight right
slide.
now into the famous Parabolica right-hander. Does it very nicely. Probably not the lap that he would have wanted after that first turn moment, but it
And
comes to the line.
we have yellow flags.
Does a
With the Delaware
31.7.
chicane.
Jump on
Keep
board the
going.
Muddy Biscuits.
Taking up Ascari very well as he's coming towards the Parabolica. See how he takes this. Keeps it nice and tight to the apex. It's going to be flat out to the line. We'll see what time he does here. A 1:29.3 for the Aston Martin.
Next one to cross the line is going to be, I believe it is Easton. It is. The Scotsman is very used to these conditions, so we'll see what he can do. Aren't we all? Exactly, Liam.
And it will be
Comes to the line
the
now.
Alfa Romeo.
So 29.4
Alpha
for Easton.
And it's a 1:38.9 for Kid Kudley.
Next across the line will be Atom77, a very fast driver in the Williams. What will he do for his first lap? It's a 29.4 for the Williams. Closely followed by Milan with a 29.1, putting over 2 tenths between him and Muddy
Drastic
Biscuits.
Blaze has invalidated his lap. We've got the Aston Martin Tornado starting the lap. We'll see how he takes this.
We've got DZNQ coming around the final corner now. As we see Hudson go P4 with the 29.3, sorry, as DZNQ goes quickest and breaks as the first one into the 28s with a 28.8.
We've got the Aston Martin of Tornado coming through the Della Rosia chicane now. Keeping it nice and steady, and he takes that perfectly.
As Muddy Biscuits
and
goes
has a
fastest.
Coming up for Della Rosia chicane, coming up to the
and Rob Kelly goes even faster.
Into the 27s.
27s. And we'll jump back on board with Tornado, who is currently heading down towards Ascari.
It's been a good lap so far from the Aston Martin. Easton goes up to P2.
It's going to encounter a bit of traffic here from one of the Williams. Will the Williams get out of the way? Doesn't seem to.
That is.
It's got very close to the back of Tornado.
And Atom going onto the top of the timing sheets with a 1:27.6.
Very good stuff from the Williams, showing some very good pace in the opening parts of qualifying. As Tornado comes to the line now, is blocked a little bit, goes P3 with a 28.1. As we see the Williams of Lizard King starting a flying lap. Well, no, sorry, just finished a flying lap, I believe.
We've got Drastic Blaze coming around Parabolica now. And McLaren, we'll see what this time's looking like. As it comes out of Parabolica and up to the line, and it is going to be a 1:28.3 put in P6.
As Tom goes fastest with a 27.444. As his teammate is currently sitting in 4th position. All the 4s going on for the Haas at the moment. Has had a moment out of first corner.
We've got the Ferrari of Ipswich Takers going very shaky coming out of the Lesbos as he comes through to Ascari. He's sliding about the place here.
Hi Vade, how are we, mate? Yeah, all good, mate, don't worry. Can't make all of them, but hey, I'm happy, it's Monza. Anything can happen.
Ipswich Takers going very wide through Parabolica. As he comes up to the line, we'll see where this puts him. It's only good enough for a P15 for the Ferrari.
Not the greatest of starts for him. As you have a few cars getting ready to prepare for laps.
One of them being a Mercedes or IGN X Legends.
We have Hudson coming around the final corner now, 7 tenths up on his time at the moment, sitting P15. Will want to get as high up as possible. Hudson goes into the top 10 with a 28.2, enough for P9.
Legends going through turn 1 or 2 now, taking it very nicely. I want them trying to get them throttle as early as they can through Parabolica, coming up to the Delanosia chicane.
We've got Rob Kelly currently in Sector 3 at the moment, is 2 tenths up on his previous time.
Doing a 28.4 from Sector 1. Mercedes of Legends.
Rob Kelly's going to be one of the next ones across the line as Mr. Pigeon. Sorry, no, it wasn't. Was it Mr. Pigeon?
I think it was.
It was one of the fronts that went up the timing sheets. So I can only assume it wasn't Mr. Pigeon. Anyway, back on board with Rob Kelly, who's 2 tenths up. Goes fastest with a 27.3, a very good lap from the Ferrari.
The Mercedes of Legends is currently just under 4 seconds up this first time he set up a 1:36.6, but he does have a moment coming out of Pascari. Coming down towards Parabolica now. Keeping it nice and tight in there. Bit wide in the exit. Let's see where this puts the Mercedes. It's going to be from 17th up to 13th with 1:28.5.
Just behind his teammate. It's quite tricky to find drivers that are on laps at the moment.
I think we've got the McLaren of Hubert. I'm bad with names.
We'll go on Hubert.
Kozlowski. I'm sorry if I said that
yeah,
wrong.
we'll go on board with Hubert, who is currently warming up for a lap, I believe. So we've got Atom, who's a second down on his time at the moment. So we've got Easton heading through Sector 1 at the moment. I think just finished the time.
Tekker's also on the lap. He's gone up to Ascari, currently down on his time. See if we can
Hasn't
find some time
validated.
through here. And he hasn't validated, just seen that.
We've got Milan on a lap at the moment, heading down the back straight into the Parabolica. Milan currently sitting P16.
I'll stay on
We
board
want
with
to
Hubert.
make up some time, heads to the line now. It's going to be enough for... It wasn't enough to move up, it was only 4 hundredths of a second quicker.
The
That's
McLaren of
something
Hubert
happened
having
with Hubert.
a big moment coming out of the Delanosia chicane. Front end just wanted to try and get away from him. It still does look like he's improving through the Lesmos. See what his time's going to be through the middle sector of the lap. It's going to be a 58.3. The first 2 sectors for the McLaren.
It's currently purple. Oh,
Only
what
has
a
a
shame.
moment out of Ascari.
Pedro, what is your name on like PlayStation or Xbox so we can try and get you back in?
It's going
Because
to be P3 for a McLaren with a 1:27.6.
Sam House, I'm on PC. Liam, can you do your best to try and get Sam House back in, please?
Oh, and Hubert spins it. Sam House.
It's on PC, so I'm not sure how easy that's going to be.
I'll try my very best to get him back.
Kid Cudi only goes a tenth faster to go P15. Does not move. So we've got cars coming into the pit lane.
I think I've got him. Did you just check if his profile picture's a photo of Lewis Hamilton?
He's not on Xbox.
Oh.
He's put his EA name in the Twitch. So
okay.
could you?
I'll have to jump into the session.
Perfect. Cheers,
I'll
mate.
go and get him in.
Yeah, I'll invite you back in, and then do it.
Yeah, I'll just get Sam added.
Yep, perfect. Got Hudson heading through sector 3 at the moment. Is currently 3 seconds down. It's quite hard to find drivers that are currently on laps that are improving in any way. We've got Rob Kelly heading through Lesmo 2 at the moment. There's the slightest bit down on his previous time.
Right, at least he's put his EA in the chat.
It's currently 700ths down, so he's going to have to make up all the time as he invalidates through the Ascari chicane. Everyone seems to be going into the pit lane, but one that is improving is Morts09, currently P10 for Haas. His 800ths up on his previous best, heading through Ascari now. Even in the wet, it's such a tricky corner. In the dry, sorry, in the dry, it's a very tricky corner to get right. So even in the wet, it's going to be even trickier as he makes his way through the parabolica now. Keeps it nicely on the track. To the line now for Morts. P10 currently. Is he going to be higher? It's only going to be up 2 positions to P8 with a 27.9.
Right, Sam, I've sent you a friend request on EA. If you accept that, I can get you back in.
Got Hudson who's 200ths up. It's invalidated. That Ascari entry is catching a lot of people out right now.
It's so easy to get track limits through there.
As Morts retires, I think that's something that's happened on track. So Morts has retired. Kid Cudi's gone wide at turn 1. That's put Morts in a big part of danger with sitting in P15. I'm not seeing much improvement up and down the field. We'll stick on board with Easton right now, who is currently almost a 10th up on his
Right, Sam,
previous
I've chucked
best.
you an invite. Should hopefully get you back in.
Have you joined back, Liam?
I'm currently joining back into the session
Okay.
as we speak.
Easton comes to the line now, currently sitting P10, the best of the Alfa Romeos right now. Only goes up to P9 though. Could we see a bit of trouble for the Scotsman in this first part of qualifying?
I think
Hudson
we may
is
have
currently...
the Williams.
Oh, Hudson goes very wide.
Williams
collects a lot of
Atom
grass.
does go into the pit. Thought he was gonna go in the lap, but
Hudson had a heart and throat moment just then, heading out of Ascari. Very lucky to keep it out of the wall.
we've got the Aston Martin of Muddy Biscuit who's currently down on his time. As he's coming up towards Ascari. We'll see what we can do. Checker flag is out. Muddy Biscuit taking Ascari very nicely in the wet. We'll see what this time's good. Good enough to make him come out of P7.
Muddy Biscuits goes into the pit lane.
I'm currently on board with the Alpha Tauri of Kid Kudley coming up to Ascari, who's 6/10 something this time. See if this time's going to be good enough to get him out of Q1. Car currently at risk is the Haas of Morts.
As we see Ipswich Tech is retiring, is in P18, so he's not going to see Q2. What can Kid Curry do? In danger right now.
Up
Goes
to P11.
P11. That surely is safe for the Alpha Tauri.
Milan improves to P16.
but it's not enough
So
to get
that
through.
that should be it for qualifying. Or Q1 anyway.
So in that qualifying session, we do lose. Just let me get it up quickly. We lose Aldaf, who didn't set a time. Sam Howes, two of the biggest names in Division One, not going to be in not going to be in Q2. We lose Ipswich Techers, Legends, and Milan as well.
That is an interesting Q1.
With
Losing
Rob
two
Kelly.
quick drivers, as you said.
Rob Kelly doing it for Ferrari at their home race, followed by Tom and Hubert. Round out the top three
Will we
before
see
Q1.
a Ferrari on pole at their
I
home
can
race
only
here?
dream. It would be a dream
I
of
mean,
mine.
as a Ferrari fan, you're not going to see any pole positions anyway, so
We'll take them in
this is
RSF1.
probably your
Take the
best
little
shot.
ones. Take the little ones, that's all I say.
He's still optimistic, which are right.
Doesn't look any drier in this second part of qualifying. I love how it gets rid of your telemetry, so helpful.
It really is.
Now we just wait.
So you looking forward to racing around here on Wednesday, Aaron?
Nope. Nah, I'm joking. Yeah, it'll be a good one. I enjoy
We've
doing
got the
Monza. Hopefully,
we've got the Alpine and the Mercedes coming out with the Ferrari.
hopefully got a little bit more luck than the last few weeks around here. So we'll see how it goes. Obviously, are you racing on Tuesday night?
I think I might be going out,
Oh, that's
so
unfortunate.
I don't know if but if I'm available, I certainly will be racing.
Got
But there.
Atom, the first one out on the track. Whilst we wait on these drivers going around, Liam, who do you think will be in the contention for pole position?
Oh, just off Q1, I think if Rob Kelly keeps his pace up, then I think he certainly could be up there. Maybe even Eastern Muddy Biscuit. I mean,
Hmm.
so unpredictable these wet conditions, so we'll just need to wait and see. But
If
it
the track improves, obviously.
certainly should be an interesting qualifying.
We've got most of the field out on the track at the moment.
Just by looking at this, it does look like the spray has got worse.
Doesn't seem to have lightened up anymore. Atom heads around the parabolica. Liam, would you like to take us on a lap with the Williams
Um,
driver?
so here, so here we go. We've got Atom coming down to turn one. This is a corner where you can either gain a lot of time or you can lose it all. We'll see how he takes this. Brakes early, second gear, takes that very nicely. Trying to get the throttle as quickly as he can round to Parabolica coming up to the Della Roggia chicane.
Parabolica's later in the lap, Liam.
Oh, I meant Curva Grande. It's been a long day. See what it does in the first sector. It's going to be a 28.6 in the first sector for the Williams. Takes the Della Roggia chicane perfectly. Coming up to the Lesmos now. We've got JJ Hudson, who has retired from the station, so that's his Q2 over. What's Williams going to do in the second sector? It is going to be a 59.2 as he comes into Scary. Being careful not to invalidate through here. It just looks, with these higher divisions, they're just taking it so smoothly.
It does look beautiful.
And as
It
he
is very
comes,
satisfying to watch.
and then now he comes up to Parabolica. Round the final corner. It does look like a good lap from the Williams. It's going to be a 129.3.
Not as fast as we saw in
We've
Q1,
got a
but
Mercedes of DZN QQ of a 128.4. Bloody Biscuit now coming round Parabolica. Rob Kelly going P2. Where's Muddy Biscuit gonna go? It's gonna be P4 for the Aston Martin. The Haas of Tom goes into P2. Got the Williams of Lizard King who goes to P6. Is Mr. Pigeon gonna go here? It's gonna be P2 with a 128 flat. Well, we've got the Scotsman of Easton coming up to the line. We're just gonna go P6. The Alfa Romeo in one of their home races.
Hippo, what are you on about? Can you please explain? He's something about not parabalaba, whatever you're talking about. Maybe
That'll
parabolic or
probably be
something like
my
that.
incredible commentary skills.
Anyone
Oh,
forgot
and the
what its
Red
new
Bull
name is?
of Reese having a big moment coming out of Parabolica.
Lucky to keep it on the track.
Got got the Aston Martin of Tornado
Doing a
coming
bit
up
of
to the
rallying for
Scary
that
now,
final
doing a
corner.
58.2 in the first sector. Going purple in the middle sector. This is looking like a very good lap from the Aston Martin. We'll see where this can put him. As he comes out of Parabolica. And up to the line, where's he going to go? It's going to be P1 for the Aston Martin for 127.8. We had two drivers not doing a lap.
Got Lizard King coming through the Curva Grande at the moment as we see Jurassic Blaze go fastest with a 27.7. So Lizard is currently 1 second down on his previous time, so
We've
gonna have to
got
try and
the
find it all.
Red Bull of Reese coming out for it to put a lap on the board. About halfway through Q2. And the Ferrari of Rob Kelly following him as well.
DZNQ is currently coming around the Parabolica in about a few seconds. Here we go. For his next time to be put on the board. Currently sitting P8. Looks like for now is going to improve. Goes across the line now. Goes P2 with a 27.8. So a very respectable lap from the Mercedes driver.
These times are looking very tight.
SLR Evo. I think it was a full grid tonight actually, but a few drivers did not set a time, so
It's certainly openness. You asked me, Aaron, but who do you have your money on for pole position?
I think it'd be silly not to say that Rob Kelly's going to be up there. As we see Easton taking a shortcut through Ascari. Wonder what the steward's going to say about that one. Nah, I'm joking. Looks like Easton just got a bit out of
Always,
shape coming through
always cracking the jokes.
Ascari chicane. Absolutely.
Would like me to take you through the lap of the Red Bull of Reese,
I
Aaron?
think if you would certainly like to, then
Right, okay.
go for it.
The Red Bull of Reese, who did have a moment coming out of his first push lap, did pull into the pits after that moment coming out of Parabolica, but he comes down to turn one. And the rear end is sliding about as he comes in. The setup does not look, he doesn't look very comfortable with the setup. We'll see what he does as he comes round the Curva Grande into sector 2. It's a 28.5 for the Red Bull as he comes into the Della Roggia. He, he just doesn't look very comfortable with a setup.
Maybe it's a
Coming through
dry
the,
setup.
yeah, coming through the Lesmos now, taking them more comfortably than some of the chicanes. We'll see what his sector 2 time's going to be. As it's coming up to a scat, it's going to be a 58.7 in the middle sector. As you see, we were to go in top with a 127.3.
McLaren 1-2 at the moment.
Ah, good days. Reese does take a Scary very well. He comes up to Parabolica now, keeping it nice and tight to the inside. We'll see where this lap does put him. As the Red Bull goes from 13th, he will stay 13th above 129.1. Not sure if he's going again. I can imagine so.
We've got a few drivers on outlaps at the moment, or warm-ups. We've got
I'm
Kid
gonna
Cuddy, who's currently purple through Sector 2 at the moment, will stay on board with the Alpha Tauri.
I'm gonna assume Reese is going for another lap, as he's 4 tenths up on his time in Sector 1.
We'll go to Reese in just a moment because Kid Cuddy is currently 5th, heading through Parabolica right now to end another flying lap. Shows some very decent pace in qualifying 1. What's the pace going to be like in qualifying 2? Crosses the line now. Is going to be enough for P3 with a 27.5, but not enough to get close to the McLarens at the moment, who seem to just be edging away.
This is looking like a very good lap from Reese as he's half a second up in his time.
Is
Coming through a Sky
invalidated.
and he's invalidated.
It's unfortunate.
It was
Scary.
looking like a very good lap.
Absolutely. A Scary just catching a lot of drivers out tonight as we
Taking
see
another
Lizard
victim.
King. Lizard King is currently going through Lesmo 2, currently a 10th up on
We've
his
got the
previous
Ferrari
time.
of Rob Kelly who's 6 tenths up on his time coming through a
We'll jump
Scary.
on board with Rob Kelly at the moment then.
This is looking like a good lap so far for the Ferrari at their home track.
Oh, as we see a Williams facing the wrong way in Parabolica, didn't get in the way of Rob Kelly, crosses the line now, goes P3 with a 27.5, still
That's a
over
good
two
lap.
tenths, 2 tenths off of Drastic Blaze,
These McLarens are looking on fire.
as Lizard King improves by 7 tenths on that previous lap. We've got Easton, who
Got
is nearly 5 tenths up, going through Lesmos at the moment.
Lizard King 7 tenths up through the first sector.
Easton's
As he
currently in a
comes
bit
up
of
to the
danger at the moment.
Roger.
We're on board with Easton at the moment, who's 8 tenths up, absolutely flying at the moment.
I'll stay on board with Williams and Lizard King, who I saw was about 7 tenths up in his time in Sector 1.
We've got Easton coming to
He
the Parabolica
comes
now.
out, he does come out of the Lesmos looking very comfortable.
Easton to the line now. What's it going to be for the Alfa Romeo? Goes P2 with a 27.3.
Lizard King now only 100th up on his time. Currently sitting in P7, he's want to try and move off a few places, so he's not at risk of being knocked out. We'll see if he will improve or not. As the Williams comes up to the line, it's going to be... He's going to stay in P7, improving by
Doesn't
half a
improve by
tenth.
enough.
Who else do we have on laps?
We've got Mr. Pigeon currently a 10th and a bit up through the Della Roggia.
Got Muddy Biscuit on the lap. Coming up to a Scary, and he's a 10th up. See what he can do through a Scary, taking it very cautiously. And he does look like he takes it very well.
Oh,
Coming up to
apologies, just
Parabolica now. We'll see what the Aston Martin can do. As it comes out at Parabolica and up to the line. And he goes to P7, improving by 7 tenths.
Mr. Pigeon currently heading through the Parabolica to the line now for the Alpine. Goes fastest with a 27 flat. Managed to gain by nearly 3 tenths over Hubert. That lap came out
Got
of nowhere from the Alpine.
superb lap from Mr. Pigeon. Got Tornado on the lap, but it was 2 tenths down through sector 1. See if he can
Got Rob Kelly
improve.
coming to the line now. Fastest in Q1. Is it going to be fastest in Q2? For the Ferrari, only
It's
enough
going to
for
be
P2
P2.
by the slightest of margins as well. It's getting very close up at the top field. Pigeon Munch and Rob Kelly currently the fastest drivers as we have 20 or so seconds left on the clock.
I definitely think Rob Kelly is in for a shout at pole position.
Absolutely, it would be silly not to say that.
We've got Tornado who invalidated his last lap, who I can only assume is going to go again.
We've
Such
got
King
Lizard King
retiring.
retiring in P9, P10. Tom in P9 as well. Checkered flag is out. It knocks Tom out.
We've got Tornado coming
Muddy
through
Biscuits a
turn 1
10th
now.
up. Muddy Biscuits to the line now. P8 currently. Doesn't move up a position though. Not enough gained from the Aston
Tornado
Martin.
sliding through, coming out of turn 2 as he comes through the cover grande now. We'll see what his sector 1 time is. See if he can get that Aston Martin out of Q2, and he's 3 tenths down currently.
Atom goes P3 with
Atom
a
goes P3.
27-1.
And Tornado has invalidated his lap.
Easton's 2 tenths up, coming up to the Parabolica now, currently sitting P6. What's it going to be for Easton? Goes fastest with a 27.013.
Rob
Rob
Kelly
Kelly
then
beats
goes
that.
P1.
Going into the
126.8.
26s. Wow.
This Ferrari is showing
Amazing
some pace.
stuff.
So that should be it for Q2, with Tornado invalidating his lap.
So it's Rob Kelly topping the timing sheets once again. Followed by Easton, Pigeon Munch, Atom and Hubert.
This is going to shape up to be a good Q3 here. Got Rob Kelly, Easton, Pigeon Munch showing some incredible pace in the wet here. This will be interesting. As in that session we lose Lizard King, EZNQQ, we lose Tom, Tornado and Hudson. This is going to shape up to be a good Q3, Aaron. What do you think?
Absolutely. 0.17 seconds the gap from P1 to P2. Only 7 tenths between P1 and P9. So it's all to play for really. The question is, what's the track going to be like in Q3? Just as wet, even if a little bit wetter. We've got Sam saying that he had some cheeky scran whilst watching this.
Look
Sam,
at
care
him.
to share? Care to share what scran you acquired?
An RSF1 Scran review.
What does
The only
one of the
racing league,
fastest drivers?
the only
What
racing
is
league will get this quality
uh,
entertainment.
what does one of the fastest drivers in RSF1 have as a meal whilst waiting for the race? We'll come back and we'll find out in just a moment as we've got the Alpha Tauri heading out on track.
I think that's something they should fix, removing the telemetry, because it is very annoying.
It is annoying because you just have to keep putting it back on. We'll see what kind of times these drivers can put up in Q3.
Oh, we've got Sam Scran. It was a barbecue bacon burger with the buns toasted, butter, burger, lettuce, tomato, egg, beef patty, and burger sauce, and some bacon as well.
Oh, that sounds
That
absolutely
sounds like
banging.
some good Scran.
That sounds like scran and a half to me. Hope you enjoyed that, and I hope it fuels you up for the Italian Grand Prix in its Division
But
1.
the drivers will certainly be hoping it's dry, but the pace Rob Kelly's been showing in the wet. He'll be hoping that it is wet.
Kid Cudi on the outlap at the moment, going to be the first one to set a time in Q3. Going to have to put up a very decent time as he'll cross the line with just about 10 minutes on the clock to put
As
in
Muddy
2
Biscuit
laps.
has a spin at the entry of Parabolica.
That was a ticket not planned from the Biscuits. We're back on to Kid Cudi, who is currently going through turn 1 at the moment. I think it might have been a bit shaky, if I'm being honest with you.
Is still going to do his lap.
Do you know what I find interesting? We've got Kid Cudi running at number 3 in the Alpha Tauri, like Daniel Ricciardo currently, and we've got, I believe it's Reese, who's in the Red Bull with number 3. Yes it is. Reese is currently using number 3 in the Red Bull for, which is kind of like a reference to Daniel Ricciardo. You've got
Just
Kid
have a lot
Cudi
of
currently.
Daniel Ricciardo fans here.
Absolutely. Who wouldn't be? We've got, go back on board with Kid Cudi, currently going through a Ascari at the moment. No DRS obviously in qualifying because it has been a wet track. I'm surprised we don't have DRS through this the back straight. Maybe it's because of how quick the Parabolica is.
It would be good to see it, but
Would be.
the Parabolica is a very quick corner.
Kid Cudi with a 27.9. Good stuff from the Alpha Tauri as a sort
Muddy
of
Biscuit
benchmark
will
time.
be next to cross the line. Oh no, sorry, I think it could be Rob Kelly. Might be
Quickly jump
mistaken.
aboard with Rob Kelly just before he crosses the line. Now it goes quickest with a 27.6.
We'll see what Muddy
Now we'll
Biscuit
jump on
can
board with
do.
Muddy Biscuits.
P3 for the Aston Martin.
28.7. As Jurassic Blaze goes even faster with a
That is a
27.4.
lot.
It wasn't as quick as what we saw from Rob Kelly in the first part of qualifying.
Rob Kelly could
So-
just be warming up.
I think all these drivers could just be warming up.
But Easton coming through
Easton collecting a
1 and 2
lot
now.
of curb through the first 2 corners.
But the Williams of Atom, who's invalidated his lap, going through a Scary.
Got Reese coming to the line now, goes P5 with a 28.8. Not a very solid lap from the Red Bull, so we'll be wanting to go quicker. Mr. Pigeon is going through Lesmo 1 right now.
Yes, he did do a 28.5, I believe, in the first sector.
Heading down towards Ascari now. This will be the second dose of DRS in the dry. Not going to get it on this run though, as it is no signs of the heavens opening up at the moment. So Pigeon heading down. Oh, and it's go very wide. I'm not sure if that was down to lag or just a moment out of Ascari, but continues on anyway.
Just thought I'd say Easton taking a Scary beautifully in the wet. As he comes
Jump
up
over
to
with Easton
Parabolica now.
after Atom. I'm sorry, Atom will go on Pigeon Munch, who goes third fastest. What can Easton do? You said he went through Ascari beautifully.
And he did.
Obviously he did, with a 27.1. A phenomenal lap from the Scotsman.
This is exactly what we were saying earlier on in Q2.
Got Easton, not sorry, Reese, currently 1/10 up
Just sort of say
on his
Atom
previous
has
time.
gone purple in the middle sector.
We'll jump on board with Atom after Reese, who has jumped into the pit lane. As I said, Atom currently purple through sector 1. He goes
Sector 2,
into the Parabolica now. Sector 2.
looking very comfortable.
To the line now for the Williams, known to be a very fast driver in Division 1. Goes third fastest with a 27.4. 2 100s separate him and Drastic Blaze.
That'll be it for the first runs of
We've
Q1.
got Hubert out on an outlap, and we've got Kid Cudi on an outlap as well.
I'd want to see what Hubert can do. Was proven to be a very fast driver in Q2.
Absolutely, was sitting up the top for quite some time. No one seemed to have been getting close to him until the end part of Q2. Heading through Varanti now. Gets a little bit out of shape. I think he's backed off, yeah. Obviously wasn't happy enough with that start to the lap. That's the thing with Monza. First corner can catch you out and absolutely ruin the whole of your lap.
I think we could have the McLaren Drastic Blaze coming onto a lap. If he is on the lap, he has encountered some traffic. Oh, they're sliding
all out of
about
shape.
turn 2.
Got Rob Kelly out on an outlap at the moment. Rob Kelly
Pole
gonna
position
be
this for anyone's taken.
absolutely. I think I have to put my money on Rob Kelly though at the moment.
He has.
Shown
He's
some
got the
lightning
last two
pace.
sessions. These final runs are the most important.
We've got Kid Cudi, I believe, who has just started a lap, is just under a 10th up, going through the Della Roggia chicane.
Got Rob Kelly now coming through Parabolic, and he has a little slide, but he manages to catch it as he starts his lap. We'll
Got
see
Kid
what
Cudi
the Ferrari can do at his home track.
coming down the second dose of the DRS straight, down towards Ascari. Getting about out of shape. I think he's backed off of this lap. Going to set up for one final lap. We'll jump on board with the favourite for pole position, Rob Kelly.
See what he can do in the first sector.
It's 3/10 down currently. Maybe this is a warm-up lap for the Ferrari. Yeah, it will be a warm-up lap, I believe. We're trying to burn any excess fuel. Oh, I'm tired. Move on to Hubert.
His weekends aren't long enough.
Absolutely.
We'll see what Kid Cudi can do. Taking turn 1 and turn 2 very.
That comes to the line now, goes fastest with a 26.9. That is what Hubert would have wanted, maybe a little bit quicker, but as a solid lap. It's going to have time to go for one more as well. Who have we got currently on laps? We've got Reese coming through the Parabolica. Was 7/10 up but invalidated.
I'll stay on board with Cudi as he comes through Lesmo 2.
We'll go on board with Cudi as well.
Second DRS straight on this track, obviously no DRS currently with it being wet. We'll see what he can do in this middle sector. He's a 10th down. Do have Muddy Biscuit on the lap ahead of him.
What could Muddy Biscuits do? to the line now. Does not improve, only stays P8.
I'll see what Cuddy can do here. He'll stay P7 by 7,000ths of a second.
Reese heading through Lesmo at the moment, 7/10ths up.
Rob Kelly
drivers in front improving.
Rob Kelly is currently half a second up on his time through sector 2.
This is really good from the Ferrari. We'll go on board with Rob Kelly. Oh, and there's a bit of contact. Is that Easton? That's Easton around.
That could be Easton.
On the back straight, it didn't look like he had a front wing either. Luckily, ghosting is on to not impede these drivers' laps. Rob Kelly's
gonna Kelly can do now.
Go round the final corner now. To the line, it's going to be for the driver. Goes only P2 with a 26.9. It's not going to have enough time to get around for another lap.
By 400ths of a second.
At best, Rob Kelly is going to be at P2. Reese is currently a second
This is going
down.
to go for back-to-back laps here.
Got Muddy 2/10ths up at the moment.
As Drastic Blaze pulls into the pit lane. Atom, what's Williams going to do here? It's 5 times down, but that was his warm-up lap. This is the lap that matters for Williams.
Heading through Parabolic at the moment. Easton takes a checkered flag after that spin. Not going to have enough time to put another lap in. Muddy Biscuits doesn't improve once again, stays P8. But it's not over yet. We've got drivers who are currently on laps. One of them is Reese, a second up on his provisional time. Heading through Lesmo at the moment.
It's currently a 10th down this first time.
As Reese invalidates,
Atom
so is out.
2/10ths up through the first sector. Could we see the Williams onto pole position?
We've got Rob Kelly coming around the final corner now. 3/10ths up currently. This is going to be a very good lap from Rob Kelly.
Is it going to be enough?
I take back everything I said. I thought he wouldn't improve. Comes to the line now. Takes pole position.
On pole.
It's on provisional pole.
Let's see what Atom's doing. No, Atom is improving.
Atom is 6/10ths up.
As Pigeon Munch does retire.
We've got Pigeon Munch retiring. P6 best for the Alpine. But all eyes are turned to Atom now, heading through the Parabolica now. Making sure to keep the back end nice and tidy. It's going to come to the line now in a couple of seconds. Can he knock Rob Kelly off of pole position? Oh, and it's only enough for P3 with a 26.9. And that will do it for qualifying, I think. It will. It sees Rob Kelly take pole position in the Ferrari at Monza. You love to see
bringing
it.
Adam to tears.
It really is. We take these little wins as Ferrari fans, even if it is in RSF1.
What a qualifying.
So it's Rob Kelly that takes pole position by over 3/10ths from Hubert. Then comes Atom Easton, who had a little bit of a off-going on the final lap. I'm sure he'll want me to stop talking about that. But we move on. We've got Drastic Blaze, and then Mr. Pigeon Munch, Kid Cuddy, Muddy Biscuits, and then Reese.
That is one of the best qualifiers I've seen in RSF1 in a while.
Absolutely, it was very good.
Well, it makes it even better. Just had my chicken nuggets delivered.
Oh, banging. Do you know what's even better, Liam?
What?
Would you like to stay on with me for the race?
I would love to.
As I think Roy's had a little bit of issues with being able to get back on time for the race, so it's going to be me and Liam that will be taking you around Monza for the next 40 or so minutes. Should be a fun one. We'll be back in a little bit after a short break.
It is. Try.
Actually, you know what? We'll stay on the mic and we'll have a little chat to people in chat. And Liam, are you still here?
Yes, I'm just enjoying my nuggets.
Alright, we'll have a chat whilst we wait. Obviously we've got Formula One back after the summer break this week, heading to Zandvoort, where we are so lucky as F1 fans to be able to hear the Dutch national anthem not once but twice next week.
Oh, we are so lucky.
So we're so lucky. Um,
But
yep, Formula
depending on how
Fusion.
the summer upgrades have gone, it could be interesting.
You hit the nail on the head there, the Verstappen show. Who's going to be on the podcast this week in the cool
Oh,
down room?
I hope to see another McLaren there.
Oh,
Been enjoying my
I'm
time
hoping to see
recently as a
Piastri there.
McLaren fan.
I'm hoping we get Oscar Piastri on the podium sometime soon.
But we just have to say the improvements McLaren have made
Absolutely.
this season. Then
Out of absolutely nowhere as well.
there will be folk questioning if Red Bull and McLaren are rocket ships, but I think
There's no
McLaren's
they're not questioning Red Bull. We already
no,
know that Red Bull's a rocket ship, but it's just
yeah.
strange how McLaren's shown so much more pace in these last few
We're still waiting on
races.
some. We're still waiting on some form of silly season though.
Yeah,
It's
we've
been
only got like a few days left, and we've had no silly season kind of stuff, which is a bit disappointing. Basically, to sum up this whole season, a bit disappointing.
yes.
But anyway, we've got a few races left. We've got Las Vegas coming up. Don't know how I feel about that one. We've got Qatar coming up. We've got Monza in a few weeks. Should be a good one. You know what I'm gonna do for the rest of the season?
What are you going to do?
I'm gonna get a bit of sticky tape, and on my TV I'm gonna rub out Max Verstappen's name. I'm gonna put a bit of sticky tape over it, and I'm gonna watch the race and pretend like
Yeah,
Verstappen's not even there, and it's a
yeah,
fight for
he's just
P1.
been. Like, I mean, people have been saying that Zandvoort is notorious for bad traffic around the circuit on race day. So
Absolutely.
if we can get him caught up in that, then it
He'll
would be
still win
ideal.
it. He'll get out of the traffic and he'll still win it. He'll do he'll do the race in the car that he gets to the track in.
He'll still lap everyone twice.
Huh. Shouldn't be too much longer with getting ready for this race. We're getting ready for the formation lap now.
He just
Love to see that
summons the
Ferrari on pole
formation lap.
position. What a
So
lovely sight that is.
we
If you'd
get
like to
some
take us
race
through the grid,
predictions from
Liam.
Yaron.
Um,
So
we'll go from the back, Liam. We'll just do
okay,
the
so
right moment.
we have had Tornado and DNZQQ retire. I think
We'll skip over
they
that
just
though, and we'll
yep.
see what
So
happens.
the Red Bull of Aldaf is in last with Sam House keeping him for company in the back row, followed by one of the Ferraris of switch takers who didn't have the best of qualifiers for him. Then we've got Legends in the Mercedes in front of him with Milan and Morts ahead. Hudson and Alpine with Tornado for company. We've got the Haas of Tom with DNZQQ with for company. And then into the top 10 we've got the Williams of Lizard King, Reese and Muddy Biscuit, the back three. Then we've got Kid Cudi, Pigeon Munch and Drastic Blade making up the rest of the top 10, with the top 4 being the Scotsman of Easton, the Williams of Atom, the McLaren of Hubert, and a clean sweep in qualifying for the Ferrari of Rob Kelly.
Absolutely. Will he get the Grand
he-
Slam?
He could.
That's the question.
Is this the Max Verstappen of F1 here?
I will have to see. If it is, and it's a Ferrari, then I'm taking every part of it.
I'll be treating it as a Ferrari win, a Charles Leclerc
I will
win.
be. This can be my happiness for the week until we get to Sunday, where I have to listen to the F1 outro twice in a row.
And we get a race intro as well, so
Absolutely. We get it as an intro and an outro this week.
as we've got, as Reese has been disqualified from the
A few
session,
drivers getting a little bit
well.
naughty on this formation lap.
as we've got Rob Kelly, the Ferrari at the home circuit, coming onto the main straight. Do you think he can get a Grand Slam here, Aaron?
I don't see why not. Very quick driver.
This will be a good race here.
As he lines up on the grid and we get ready for
See,
the
you can hear Alan
Italian
getting him
Grand
teared up.
Prix.
Seeing a Ferrari on pole, you
Absolutely.
can hear him getting teared up.
It's just amazing,
Drastic
honestly.
blaster tyres as well.
Just trying to get a good camera angle, to be honest with you.
We
This
had a
game does a
shocking one.
fantastic job
Had a
of
shocking one
getting
on Thursday night as we get the
crappy camera angles.
5 red lights.
We're going to get ready for the Italian Grand Prix. I think the lights have come on. I can't see them though, but we're underway. Rob Kelly getting a very decent start over Hubert, who's got Atom trying to go up the outside, and we've got Easton trying to make moves as well as they all head down towards turn 1 for the first time of 27. It's going to be Rob Kelly that leads them from Atom, and Easton makes up a position on Hubert. They seem to get through relatively cleanly. We've got a lot of position changing through the field,
What?
but it's Rob Kelly and Atom that lead them out through the
There's
Curva
been an
Grande.
incident with the Mercedes of DZNQQ who's lost
Yeah, I think
9
you got
positions on the
caught up in
start.
a little bit of position change, and all the way at the back we've got a phenomenal battle forwarding for these last 5 positions. Pigeon Munch
What?
getting past Easton. Easton's had a little bit of trouble in these
What
first
a
few
start from
corners.
F1 for Milan, who's gained 5 positions on this opening lap.
It has been very
Alone.
good. Easton's dropped a few positions though, which is a bit of a concern for the Scotsman. He's going to go try and go round the outside of Drastic Blaze as they head towards the Ascari chicane. This is a great angle for this battle. They get very close, but manages to stay ahead, does Drastic Blaze, but Easton's going to be under pressure as well from Kid Cudi and all the drivers behind him as well.
As we get detailed into race strategies.
We're going to drop onto tyres as well. Don't know why that wasn't on tyres already. We've got most of the field opting to go for the medium tyres, a few on the hards,
We've had
we've got 2
Milan
on the
getting
softs.
past Muddy Biscuit to move up to P10. That's now 6 positions gained for the Alfa Romeo.
Absolutely flying, as we've got we've got Hubert trying to make the move on Atom, does successfully as they go into the first corner. We've got Easton taking the escape road, picking up a 5-second penalty. Seen that in the background, just in the corner of the screen as Kid Cudi moves up ahead of him. It's been a horrible start for Easton. Started in P4, made up a move into the podium positions, but now runs in P8. We've got Atom, who's currently in the top 10 with hard tyres as well.
We've got Pigeon Munch on the back of Atom, sorry. Will be looking to pick up a slipstream towards the Ascari. Does not look like he'll be able to get the move done, but if he can keep it close to him through Ascari, he'll be able to pick up a slipstream down through his long back straight down to Parabolica, which he has done, picking up a slipstream. Alpine slowly but surely gaining on the Williams for the final podium position. But it's been a pretty poor opening couple laps.
I think we're going to get a massive DRS train from everybody here. Everyone's within that second. This could be painful.
With a 122.4.
This is going to get quite painful if we have a full grid DRS train. As we have Aldaf moving ahead of Legend for P17. Oh, we've got Sam Howes. Sam Howes has had a moment through turn 1. I think it might have been contact between one of the back 5 drivers as Legends moves ahead of Mott's. Now they're going to go side by side through the Curva Grande. A fantastic battle, a little bit of contact though as they head towards the Della Roggia chicane. Mott's does a bit of a back out, but Legends cuts right across. Picks up a position on Reese, picks up a 5-second and has to give the position back. I'm not sure what the Mercedes was thinking there, but
we will have Reese
just a little bit
On
reckless.
Muddy Biscuit here before Ascari. Sparks flying from the Aston Martin.
Both Aston Martins are going to go almost side by side.
As Tornado gets the move done on Reese before Ascari. Reese will be looking to pick up a slipstream on Tornado here, which he is doing. It's not helping that Tornado is getting a slipstream from Muddy Biscuit. He looks at the move down to Parabolica, but obviously makes a smart decision not to make that move. As Hubert goes for the lead of the Grand Prix, which he does do. The McLaren.
As I said, the DRS train was going to be effective here at Monza.
Is powerful round here.
as Reese picks up a 5-second penalty for exceeding track limits.
What's happened here?
We've got a bit
I
of
think I saw
carnage. I think it
McLaren
was
round.
Reese. It was Reese, who was picked up in a collision. That might have been the cause for the 5-second penalty. But we've got Hubert, who's starting to pull away a little bit from Rob
Looking
Kelly.
at the mini-map, that does not look very fun. DRS is powerful
It's just
around
absolutely everywhere.
here. Don't know who to go on. They've got Tom right on the back of Lizard King coming into a Scary. Lizard King is leading one of the many DRS trains around here.
Ipswich Techers and Design. Oh, there's a bit of contact.
Ooh.
We've got Milan out.
And there was
Milan.
a safety car.
I seen that. I seen a wing go absolutely flying. Milan had a bit of a moment at the exit of Ascari, went straight on and collected the outside wall, and that brings out the safety car.
You have Easton coming into the pits.
Been a
For
very
Alfa
shaky
Romeo.
start for the Alfa Romeo.
We've got Ipswich Techers coming into the pit as well, followed by Legends in the Mercedes. That was a chaotic first 5 laps here.
It'll be like 30 seconds.
So the top 10 as it stands is the McLaren of Hubert leading from the Ferrari of Rob Kelly and the Williams of Atom, followed closely by Pigeon Munch, Drastic Blaze, Lizard King and Tom. We've got the Alpine of JJ Hudson, the Alpha Tauri of Kid Cudley and the Aston Martin of Tornado rounding out the top 10. Yeah.
So I think we'll have one more lap of the safety car. Unfortunately, Milan is our first retirement of the Italian Grand Prix. This allows Reese and Sam Howes to get back in a beautiful position after having contact in the first few laps.
Just looking at the position changes, we've had Easton losing 12, Reese losing 10, and we have the biggest gains being the Red Bull of Aldaf climbing 8 positions and the Alpine of JJ Hudson climbing up 6 and the Haas of Tom coming up 5. This is... we've got Reese pulling into the pit lane now. Don't know what's happened here. And is it showing up that everyone's penalties have been removed on your screen? Because it's saying for
I'm
me
glad
no one
that
has
you
penalties.
noticed that,
Well,
because
Reese
I've noticed that as well.
Reese
I
has
think
came
people
up
might
the
have.
pit lane onto the intermediate tyres.
Right, okay. That is an interesting one. But I'm more interested about the fact that people's penalties have been removed. Have they served them during the
There's people that have
safety car?
been into the pit lane.
There was a lot of 5-second penalties which they could have
Yeah.
served, so...
I mean, I don't know what the Red Bull of Reese is doing. He pulls into the pit lane and fits the intermediate tyres.
Maybe that's a good sign for us. Have we got a little bit of precipitation coming?
Oh, Rob Kelly will certainly be rubbing his hands now then. If there is a bit
Rob
of
Kelly
rain,
does love the wet
the wet
conditions.
conditions.
We're gonna have one more lap in the safety car. We've got the back few drivers who's decided to pit under that safety car. I think Easton might have had a bit of damage of some sort because Bob down quite a few positions on the opening lap. But I'm interested in Reese, who's fitted the intermediate tyres already.
If it doesn't rain, then I don't know if that could be a penalty.
Yeah. Obviously he thinks it's going to rain.
This could either be a pretty dumb move, or it could be an absolute strategic masterclass. Something that Ferrari does not know how to conduct and Red Bull
We'll
do.
have to wait and see. As Hubert will lead them at the end of this safety car, which has got to be at the end of this lap.
And it is.
And it is. The lights go off on the safety car. Bernd Mylander crawls back to the pit lane and Hubert paces him through sector 3.
We should give Bernd Mylander a wee pay rise. The amount of safety
Absolutely.
cars are driving this league.
Even at Abu Dhabi, he was like, you know what? Screw it, I'm staying out. I'm getting in on this. But anyway,
Hubert is
today.
going to lead them away. Coming out of Parabolica. He wants to get a good getaway here, because the slipstream is important, and he goes. As we're going to get racing once again here at Monza. Aaron, take us through this restart lap.
We've got Rob Kelly going to go up the inside as well. We're going to go 3 wide as they head towards turn 1. It's going to be Rob Kelly from Atom from Hubert. They go all side by side. The Ferrari manages to get through, but Atom's going to have the inside line.
How
We've got
have
contact
they
in the
not
back.
made contact?
But Atom retakes P1. Atom takes P. I'm sorry, Rob Kelly takes P1. Atom takes P2. Hubert loses 2 positions off of that safety car restart.
Hubert making a move into the Del Rocha chicane.
Gonna have to go the long way round though. Makes a bit of contact.
Just have to back out. I could allow Pigeon runs through into Ledsmos. It makes a smart move not to go through.
Got Tom making up to P6.
Oh, I'll be back in a minute.
DZNQ making up to 13th position. Got a lot of position changes. Muddy Biscuits has lost a position to Aldaf, who's absolutely flying through the field at the moment on the hard compounded tyres. But it is Rob Kelly that once again re-inherits the lead of the Italian Grand Prix from pole position. And Atom is on the hard tyres as well in P2 and doesn't seem to be losing any sort of time to the car in front or behind. We'll see what Hubert can do. Oh, he goes very wide. Has lost position and Hubert is round. Hubert has lost it at the Parabolica. He's going to lose so many positions. Going to probably go to the back of the grid now. Hubert is down in P19 after being in the podium positions. That is horrible stuff from the McLaren. But now Drastic Blaze has all the pressure on his shoulders to try and pull something back as Easton manages to get past Muddy Biscuits for P11. Morch does the same thing but for P13. We've got Tom, who's hanging on to the back of Lizard, currently 4/10 the gap between them.
Hubert does pit onto the intermediates as well.
Yeah, that's interesting, that one.
Stewards will be looking at that one as well.
Reese has been on those intermediates for 3 laps already. Oh, rain. We've got rain. There's drops.
Reese and Hubert have pulled this. Definitely.
You have to think, is it going to come down hard enough though? When's Rob Kelly going to come in though? It can't be this lap, it's got to be too dry still. I think you've got to come in as soon as DRS is disabled really.
We'll see if anyone pulls in this lap. Front three will not.
DRS
DRS
is
has been
enabled.
enabled.
So that was after the safety car restart. We've got every
We've got
driver
Easton
remaining
making a
out.
move on Tornado down to turn 1. Easton on the soft tires, Tornado on the hards.
Gonna go round the
He's going to
outside.
make the move. But
Tornado
instead,
breaks
Tornado
later
goes for
though.
the move on Cuddly.
Oh, and there's
There's
contact!
contact.
And Tornado's round. Well, not around, sorry. It looked like for a moment he was around, but he's ghosted at the moment. These drivers are ghosted, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Easton's going to pick up 2 positions. Easton picks up 2
Sam House
positions
having a
off of
moment,
him too.
allowing Reese to get through in the intermediates. And the rain does look like it's getting heavier. But yellow flag sector 2.
It's for
the
the
Red Bull of
Haas.
Alda
Sorry, no, it
is
was
round
Aldaf, exactly.
Del Roger.
He's managed to get back on track though.
I think we could see people pitting sprinters this lap. The rain does look like it's getting heavier. You see the track starting to dampen. Will we see any
Absolutely.
moves into the pit lane?
What's Rob Kelly going to do? If they're not careful, this could cause a safety car, which is absolutely perfect for these drivers to come in.
Bob Kelly will not come in. Atom's not going to come in. Top 3.
Yeah, it's too early still.
We've got Legends making a move on DNZQQ. He's going to get the move done way before turn 1. That's up to P13 for one of the Mercedes. Got yellow flag sector 3 and Hubert has crashed.
That brings out the virtual safety car. Not a full one though. That is at the exit of
Depending how long
Ascari, I
this
believe.
lasts, we could be seeing people
Hubert
diving into the pits now.
Has the car has vanished off of the screen.
We were saying that he is taking a gamble pitting onto the enters early, and he is a victim of that. Would you still say it's too early for intermediates, Adam?
At the moment, yeah. Absolutely, but
The rain does look like it's
I don't know
getting
if
heavier.
this-
We can see
I don't know if
damp
this
patches
VSC is going to stay out for long enough.
starting to form on the track now.
Going to be interesting to see who does decide to come into the pit lane. The thing is it going to rain hard enough for the intermediates?
Drastic Blaze.
As
picks up
Drastic
a
Blaze picks up a
drive-through.
penalty.
And we have went green again here at Monza.
Rob Kelly continues to lead them over the line, but Atom is in hot pursuit behind.
Drastic Blaze serving his
We've got
drive-through
Lizard King
penalty.
making up a move on Tom into P4. Pigeon Munch hanging on to the back of this fight for first.
Ipswich Techers going for a move and he's hit from behind in turn 1. As we see Reese coming into the pit lane, picking up a 5-second penalty as well.
Ipswich Techers on the back of Hudson and Tornado. Ipswich Techers is on the soft tyres at the moment.
And Reese pits onto the mediums, and I don't know what's going on, but it said Reese picked up a 5-second penalty and it's not showing up here.
Hopefully it's shown up for the drivers though, so.
Oh, now it shows that
Because
Reese.
Ipswich Techers goes pretty
think
wide
people-
through Lesmo too.
I think people did just serve their penalties before.
Anyway, Kid Cuddy makes up the move on. Ipswich Techers are going to go side by side as they head towards Ascari. Keeping it clean though. There's a
We've got
little bit
Easton
of
making a
contact.
move on
Cuddy runs
Tom
out of
for
room.
P5. Gonna go side by side down to Parabolica.
He's
Easton
going to have to go
gets
the
the
long way
move
round
done.
the outside. Phenomenal stuff from Easton.
The
Showing his
Flying Scotsman, we'll
experience.
call him. Is he gonna go for that Lizard King as well?
I
He's
don't
picked
see
up
why
the
not.
P4. On you
Two
go,
for the price
Easton.
of one. Very good stuff from Easton. Moves up to P4 after a shaky start. As Hudson moves ahead of Tornado heading into turn 1. There's moves left, right and centre here at Monza.
As Drastic Blaze comes into the pit lane. Ipswich Takers has climbed up 9 places now, up to P9 for a Ferrari. Doing well at their home circuit.
Got Easton trying to bring down that gap to Pigeon Munch in front. The gap currently 2.7 seconds, but it is going down every single
We've
lap
got
as the rain continues to
DZNQQ
fall.
making a move on Muddy Biscuit.
The rain is continuing to fall though, so I'm not sure
We
if it's going to
could
be
see
intermediates or not.
drivers coming into the pit lane very soon.
The thing is, it's not wet enough. It's just a light shower that they're having,
Just a
but it
Scottish
is
drizzle
bearable.
this.
Absolutely, we're used to this. As we've got Lizard King making the move on Easton down towards turn 1, getting back
Legends
ahead
gonna
of
do
the
it.
Scotsman.
Legends is gonna go side by side down at turn 1 with the Ferrari of Ipswich Takers.
Seen that in the background, Ipswich
Yep.
Takers.
And there's a bit of contact.
Defends off of Legends. Ipswich Takers running on single digits of ERS usage at the moment.
I mean,
As they head
a
towards
track like
Delrozier.
you would agree with me here, Aaron. A track like Monza, it is important to save ERS.
Absolutely, you need it down the straights.
Defend
As
off.
Easton will have DRS on the back of Lizard King.
We've got
I
Atom
don't know if we'll see a move though.
gaining on Rob Kelly. He's not going to make the move into a Scary.
Got a very nice battle, three-way battle between Tom, Easton and Lizard King at the moment. We'll jump back onto the leaders though because it's only a tenth and a bit between Atom and Rob Kelly. He's going to stay behind now and is going to try and have DRS as they head towards turn 1.
Ooh,
Atom
Lizard King
the
did go wide out of
DRS
Parabolic, but that's going
just
to
now.
go Easton.
Atom, look at the speed on that Williams. That is ridiculous. The slipstream and the DRS. Atom moves up into P1.
It's just flown past him.
It's phenomenal
Lizard
stuff
King
from
moving
Atom.
down. Lizard King moving down to P6 after coming wide at the exit of Parabolica. Could be looking at Easton making a move on Tom for P4. Could be looking at moving to the Del Roger chicane.
He's going to go chuck one up the inside, maybe up the outside. Gets very close to the back, has to take to the escape road. Loses out another position.
I forgot that escape road was there. Is
yes,
DZNQQ. Oh, and there's contact between Muddy Biscuit
contact
and
between
Morts.
Muddy Biscuits and Morts. Muddy Biscuits the wrong way round at the Del Rogia chicane. That is unfortunate for the Aston Martin.
DZNQQ pulling into the pit lane for a fresh set of medium tyres.
But Rob Kelly is back on the hunt of Atom as they head down towards the Parabolica. Are we going to see the same sort of straight line speed from Rob Kelly as we saw in Atom on the previous lap? Rob Kelly's a little bit further behind than what Atom was. Atom using ERS, no he isn't. Just got so much more straight line speed than Rob Kelly. Here comes Rob Kelly.
That Williams is disgusting.
It's just not close enough though to make the move.
As Ipswich Takers pulls into the pit lane.
Creon Flower saying they've been hammered with ads. That's unfortunate. Because this is some
They're
very good racing that you're missing out on.
They are missing out. We've got Kid Cuddly and Ipswich Takers pull into the pits. As Cuddly does fit the intermediate tyres, with Ipswich Takers fitting the mediums. So as Cuddly said, it's time for inters. We'll need to have a look at the timing sheets here.
We've got Tom, Easton, Hudson also having a very good battle. Sorry, Tom, Easton and Lizard King. These guys have had a battle for the past few laps. Easton's still hanging on to the back of them. Yeah, Atom's absolutely flying on those hard tyres at the moment. You'd think they wouldn't be working as well as Easton gets a little bit out of shape through Parabolica. Because hard tyres are really difficult to get into the window in these
Yes.
cooler conditions.
Got Tom going to make a move on Lizard King into turn 1. It's a Hask up into P4. This is a good battle for 4th position here.
It's got Tornado making up a move on Hudson as well for P7.
Cuddly, was just going to say Cuddly fitted the intermediate tyres, but it doesn't look like he's gaining much at all. The
Yeah, not
Mercedes of
really anything.
DZNQQ.
Because this rain is just drizzling and it looks like it's pretty much gone off in some parts of the track.
That's what we're saying, just a typical Scottish shower this.
Absolutely. It's still shorts and t-shirt weather, not enough to put a rain jacket on. As we see Tom picking up a 3-second penalty for cutting the Ascari entrance. We've seen that a little
We've
bit
got
in the side of the
We now
camera.
have Pigeon Munch on the back of Rob Kelly, as Pigeon Munch does have a big moment on the entry to Parabolica, losing all that time he had gained.
As
As he
we've
pulls
got
into the
a
pit lane.
driver coming into the pit lane, it is Pigeon Munch.
Is that him saying
What
it's time
tyres
for
is it going to
Inters?
be for though? I wouldn't say so.
We've got Lizard King and Easton pitting as well.
Goes on
And
to a
it is
set of
going to
soft
be
tyres.
and it's going to be a softs.
I didn't even realise we've only got 9 laps left of this race.
Easton goes
Gone
on
by
to the
absolutely.
intermediates.
Well, that is a call by Easton. That's going to be interesting. As Tornado does the
Tornado.
same.
There's some bold strategy calls being made here as Atom retakes the lead from Rob
This is going to
Kelly.
be really
Rob Kelly now
interesting.
nearly a second behind.
Yeah, that track looks a little bit damper now.
I think it is time for intermediates.
It's been a really strange pattern.
As we've seen Kid Cuddly now gaining on Reese.
Yeah, this rain's coming down ever heavier again.
I think it is now the time for intermediates. We'll see if Ernest's going to make some moves. I can imagine so. Reese picks up 3 seconds.
Right, what's Atom going to do coming around the Parabolica now? Is he going to stay out for another lap or come into the pit lane? We've seen Easton come in. Atom stays out. What does Rob Kelly do? Stays out. What does Tom do? Tom has stayed out. Hudson. Surely one of these people have to pit. We've got Hudson
Well
coming
pit.
in.
Legends will stay out.
Picks up a 5-second though for speeding in the pit lane. Had to slam the brakes on.
Sam Howes will stay out.
What's
Pigeon
Hudson
Munch,
fitting
who
though?
has just pitted, is going to stay out.
Hudson's fitting the soft tyres. So it's either one or the other. It's either the slick runners or the intermediate runners that are going to lose out here.
As Tornado flies past DZN.
We've got Easton currently sitting in P8 on the intermediates, the highest of the intermediate runners.
And he is gaining on Lizard King.
It's,
I think if I was
drastically.
racing, I would have pitted on centres by now. That track does look.
Yeah, those curbs don't look very friendly on the slick tyres.
Got Muddy Biscuit pitted as well onto the intermediates. Surely we're going to see people coming in now. We'll see what Atom's going to do. Atom will stay out, and Rob Kelly will pit onto intermediates. I can only
Yeah, it's
assume.
got to be inters.
Tom follows him in. We'll see what Legend does, who did pick up 5 seconds. I think it was 3 seconds worth of penalties. He's going to stay out.
Liam, you can be our pit lane man and tell us what they're pitting onto.
Rob Kelly pits onto softs. So does Tom.
We've got
Lizard.
Easton heading down the main straight now. Who's on
Sam
intermediates
House
is going to
pulls
pick
into
off.
the pit lane.
Picks off a few drivers as they head
See
out of
what
the pit lane.
see what Sam House does here.
DRS hasn't been disabled yet, so it
And Sam
can't
House
be.
does fit the intermediate tyres.
It really can't be enough for these drivers.
We've got what, 8 laps and coming out of the pit lane. Sam does nearly just intervene with the battle between Morris and Ipswich Takers with P13. Ipswich, and there's contact between the two. Ipswich sliding about.
What's going to have the inside line? It's got to be into us now.
Sam
Look how
House
wet the
does-
track is.
Sam House does make the move on Morris.
He's absolutely flying. He's going to go for the second one. Opts to stay behind though. I'm not going to be surprised if we get the message that DRS is off.
Atom's going to continue to stay out.
I think we're going to get the message very shortly.
17-second lead. Atom has to bet at some point.
We're going to get the message very shortly. I think that DRS will be disabled.
I'm going to see what Legends
Oh, and
does
we've
here.
got Ipswich
He will
Tekos
stay out.
getting on the grass a wee bit.
Pigeon Man. A lot of drivers saying it's not time for the intermediates yet. But by looking at it, the intermediates are flying.
Absolutely, I think it is intermediate conditions, even though DRS is still
Pigeon
enabled.
makes the move on Legends. No one pitting on this lap.
We've got Tornado now the fastest of the intermediate runners.
Just thought I'd say that the rain light has started flashing on the cars as Rob Kelly makes the move back up into the podiums. Got yellows in sector 1.
It's for a stranded Aston Martin of Muddy Biscuits.
Oh, and that is close between Muddy Biscuit and Morts.
They're going to go side by side nearly down towards Del Roger. Mort's backs out though. We've got Atom into the pit lane.
This is intermediate weather now. You can see the spray starting to form. We'll see what Pigeon Munch is going to do. Pigeon Munch is going to stay out and Drastic Blaze has retired. We've got a
Atom's on the oh, it's safety car. Nah, I feel like Atom should have pitted onto the inters now. That is tragic. But Pigeon Munch leads.
Coming into the pits as well.
Pigeon Munch does lead.
Legends pits onto the inters. Lizard King going onto softs. Got a lot of drivers pulling into the pits now.
Coming into the pit lane. Easton's coming to the pit lane for the softs.
Hudson pitting onto softs. I don't think it's dry tyres.
I think it might be. I don't know though. That's the question. Like, the soft tyres will heat up enough, I think, to be able to have them last though.
Oh, I've just clicked on Ipswich Takers in the pit lane. Just thought I'd mention that he's got a Red Bull helmet on in the Ferrari, so that'll go down well. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I'm not happy with him now.
The Max Verstappen Miami helmet.
Have a little bit of, gonna have a bit of a argument over that.
I just thought I'd point it out. Could just be putting the rivalry aside, you know. Was that 6 laps remaining now? Gonna see if anyone will pull into the pit lane, as Pigeon Munch will pit from the lead.
In comes Rob Kelly as well. What does Atom do?
We'll just see
Atom comes in as well. Tom.
Is that the driver staying there?
Tom's staying out.
Munch will go on to.
Tom has stayed out.
It is intermediate tyres for Pigeon Munch. Rob Kelly goes on to softs.
Atom comes into the pit lane for intermediates.
Atom's
It's really a mix between the field at the moment on who's on what tyre.
By looking at it, it does look intermediates. But that just might be from what we're seeing here. I mean,
It does
depending
look
on how
wet
long the
though.
safety car's going to stay out for, we could see a very, very tight lead. This is Morts picks up 3 seconds. And depending on track condition, Pigeon Munch could have the upper hand over Tom here.
I'm surprised that DRS hasn't been disabled yet either. As Tom will be, I think, either the third or the fourth different leader that we are going to have for this race, and is going to lead them over the line as we get the safety car in probably on the next lap. I think Pigeon Munch has a very solid chance at the moment, but Rob Kelly
You can
could
see
have
the
an even better
spray
chance.
coming off Tom here.
But are these drivers going to clear the track of the water?
Start bombing a dry line.
I don't know if this game's realistic enough for a dry line. As Rob Kelly's left the session,
Oh dear.
Rob Kelly's into the pit lane. That's a bit of a concern. But I can't get Rob Kelly back in because Rob Kelly's... No wait, apologies, I have got Rob Kelly here.
I
Rob
pits
Kelly is
onto
pitted.
mediums. Into
Rob Kelly's
19
pitted
lap of
onto
mediums.
mediums. That has got to be... Oh, the game
Oh,
screwed
that
him
is.
over. The game screwed him over in 4K.
Oh no,
Oh,
that is devastating.
that has not just happened, has it? Oh, Jesus Christ, thanks EA.
We got
Greatest game of all time.
Rob Kelly has joined back.
He's not going to like the sight that greets him.
He's done so well so far at this race.
Absolutely flying.
What is that? We've got
The Ferrari curse.
4 laps remaining. Pigeon Munch will have the upper hand because we're forgetting that Tom does have a penalty.
Absolutely.
3 seconds. We've got Tom with 3 seconds, Legends with 3 seconds, Tornado with 3 seconds, Reese with 3 seconds, Mox is on 9 seconds, and Aldaf is on 3 seconds.
Laziness has hit the nail on the head. The
And Rob
Ferrari
Kelly is
strategy
left
team
again.
in full force today.
It's just Ferrari
Yeah,
at its finest, isn't it?
absolutely. Had to be at Monza as well.
So we've got Tom up 11, Legends up 13, Sam Howe's what a race he's had up 12. Rob Kelly's lost 13 positions now. We are gonna have what's that? A 3-lap shootout for the win
Yep.
here in Monza. Yeah, I have done
Track
that right.
still looks wet, but DRS has not been disabled.
I mean, we're not gonna get any DRS anyway for the remainder of the rest.
Absolutely.
As Rob Kelly does join back again.
Don't think Rob Kelly's going to want to finish this race, to be honest with you.
I certainly wouldn't. Lizard King leaving as well. Well, EA is just screwing everyone over.
Rob Kelly losing another position to Moritz.
That
We've
is
got Lizard
devastating.
King, who's currently ghosted at the moment.
Yeah, he left a couple moments ago. As he does join back. Have you got your money on for the race win now, Aaron?
I'm going to have to go with Pigeon Munch, to be honest with you.
as the safety car is in this lap. Aaron, I'll let you take it from here.
Sorry about that. Anyway, we've got Tom that's going to lead them over the line, but you could see he's in a bit of a tricky situation
Bob Kelly is
on
now in
those.
last. Lizard King just piling down the order.
Because we've got Tom in P1, but it's got that penalty. Pigeon Munch and Kid Cudi and Legend are currently going to be your podium sitters as Tom gets them underway on the safety car restart. It's
Could even
going to
potentially see
go
Atom on the
now.
podium as well.
Absolutely, we've got Pigeon Munch on pursuit on Tom, is really kept with him. Tom's flashing. We've got Pigeon Munch going to go to the outside as they head towards turn 1. Is Pigeon Munch going to get through on the outside? He's keeping his line, but Tom stays ahead.
Lizard King retires.
As Lizard King retires from the session, we've got Atom as well in hot pursuit over Legend.
Look at the
Picks up
speed that enters that
P4.
over the slicks.
Absolutely, it really is intermediates, I think.
Let's move for the leads here.
As we see Pigeon Munch taking the lead from Tom as they head to Del Rogia. As
Sam
Pigeon Munch
House
leads them through
got into
Lesmo 1 and
incident.
2. Sam House has been caught in an
And he
incident
just beached
between...
it.
It is beached it. I think he'll be allowed to reset the track if he cannot get it going. He has got it going though. Pigeon Munch. Pigeon Munch leads them
well,
from
Sam.
Tom, Kim Cudi, Atom. Pigeon's just extending this lead of a 1.9 second gap. Kid Cudi's all over the back of Tom as they head through Ascari, down the back straight. Tom's really got nothing to fight at the moment. Kid Cudi has got the intermediate tyres on, gonna have all the advantage that he needs. Gonna go to the outside
as well.
We've got Money Biscuits as well. And Easton's on the wrong tyre, we've got to say. As we've got Tom piling down the order as all the intermediate runners get past him. And it's really just a race to the finish now for these podium positions. Kid Cudi and Atom going to go nearly side by side as they head up towards turn 1. Atom's going to have the upper hand though as he has the inside line.
It's all unfolding here in this race.
Legend's going to go for the switchback on Kid Cudi. Makes it up into the podium positions. Legends is on the podium.
But he does have that 3 seconds.
Absolutely, so Kid Cudi you could say is in the best position of them.
Just to mention, Atom going from P4 to P2 in one corner.
Absolutely,
incredible
really good stuff from Atom. We've got Pigeon heading through Lesmo 2 at the moment. It's been a really well coordinated race for the Alpine.
There's a battle and a half going on for the final points position here.
Oh, and we've got Kid Cudi running wide and is going to lose positions.
Hudson crashes out.
Aldaf's going to try and make a move. Aldaf's got no front wing. Aldaf's going to lose a heap of positions here to every single driver is now
wide.
out of the podium positions. But after all of that, we're gonna after all of that, we're gonna have Pigeon Munch coming around the final corner.
You could see
and it's gonna do enough. As well. It's gonna do enough to take the win here at Monza. Pigeon Munch picks up the win in Division 1. But it's not over yet because Muddy Biscuits comes around the final corner. He's going to get him at the end. Is he going to get Tom? It's going to be a full finish as they cross the line. Muddy Biscuits does just get him, but he's missed out on a podium by just a few seconds. So it's Atom and Legend that get the 2 final podium positions. Followed by Tornado, Muddy Biscuits, Easton, Ipswich Techers, Tom, DZNQ, Reese, Aldaf, Sam House, Kid Cudi, Rob Kelly, Hudson, Morton, Lizard King, Lizard King, Drastic Blaze, Hubert and Milan.
That is devastating from Rob Kelly. He just accepts fate at the end.
So it's gonna be I can't remember one. It was Pigeon Munch. Yeah, Pigeon Munch wins at Monza, followed by Atom and Legends. Liam, if you could try and get them into a party, and we'll hear from the top three. We'll see if we can get these drivers in for a chat. If you're still with us, Liam,
Yep.
we tried to get these drivers into
Okay.
the party.
Sent pigeon munching and it'll be at 'em now. We've got the screenshots there, Aaron.
Yeah, I'll be able to go back in the race and get them. Let's see if we can get the other two in before we get on with these interviews.
I just didn't
Going
get
like a minute.
I didn't get a final digit. So is it 77 on Atom?
You can just go
Yes,
into
it
race
is.
director.
Oh, I've got Atom. And who else was it? Sorry.
Um, it was Atom and Legends.
I'll just get legends in a minute.
Have you got Legends
Yeah,
yet,
I'm
Leon?
just inviting him.
Right. We'll get like 15 seconds and we'll
But that
get
was
on the road no matter
certainly a
what.
chaotic race.
Right. Okay, we've got Legends and we'll give them like a couple seconds to tick the box and we'll get on with these interviews. Um, we'll start with Legends. Legends, you picked up P3 today. Fantastic result for yourself. Just talk us through your race and those change of conditions towards the end.
Um, yeah, I had no real expectations to be honest with you. Um, I barely did any practice at all, and then for it to suddenly be a wet quali and a partially wet race, it kind of threw a little spanner in the works there.
Mhm.
So I kind of just started from last. I had a little bit of some shenanigans on the first few laps. I outbroke myself, and I had to avoid destroying anyone else. I had to just completely cut one of the chicanes, and it gave me a penalty, a 5 second penalty. So I served that in the pits, uh, and went onto the hards and just went as long as I could. At the end, they were just there was no grip on the hards at all. I mean, all the people who pit for softs, they just flew past me. I couldn't do anything about it.
Mhm.
So I was very fortunate that the safety car at the end came out, which allowed me to pit for those inters. It was unfortunate that I had the 3 second penalty. Um, 'Cause it pretty much meant I couldn't fight for the win. I mean, I
Yeah.
wasn't in the
Mhm.
battle regardless at the end, but it took me out completely. Um, so to be on the podium, I'm pretty happy at the end of the day there. Especially considering the 3 second penalty. Um,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That safety car at the end really provided some really good racing as a spectator. We move to, I believe it's Azerbaijan next week.
Yeah.
It's sort of a similar track, just really down to straight line speed with the massive straight. How do you feel about that track?
Uh, I'll be honest, I don't think I'm going to be at all competitive there. Not that I'm really competitive anywhere. I mean, it's a shock that I'm on the podium, to be honest. Um, but yeah, I'm not really expecting too much. I'll probably be straggling around at the back, trying not to DNF in the council section or do something stupid. Um, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, you've got to take the wins when you get them. So, yeah, really well done for yourself, and hopefully, more of this luck comes for you as we go through the season.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
No problem. We'll move on to our
Atom, I
second
believe.
place finisher tonight, Atom. Liam, if you want to take this one away, and
Yeah,
I'll get
okay.
the showroom up.
Atom, that was some race from you. Just talk us through how it went for yourself.
Well, yeah, starting on the hards was safety car chances, and especially what we know from a midfield that there always can be a bit of carnage and easily some yellows. But yeah, at the beginning I was just also letting the McLaren pass just to stay in the top five, and obviously don't cause collisions myself because on the hards I didn't need any safety cars, and the one we got wasn't that big of a problem, so could luckily keep up with Rob as well because I knew from Australia I can go toe to toe with him if needed, but obviously it would be best to just pull away, which we did when the rain started quite early. But
Hmm.
yeah, then people pitted, and the softs apparently were same pace as the Inters. Really, there wasn't a big difference, and some drivers could obviously pit and risk it, but by leading the championship, it's a bit of a higher risk compared to the rewards. So I just stayed out and saw how the track evolved. Um, and I was switching between inters and softs on my strategy screen. Yeah, changed it then to softs when the safety car came out when I entered the pits, and then yeah, I saw that the spray was coming off, so it was just best to go on Inters because, as I said, the risk was a bit too much for myself, and then just pick them up one by one, and yeah, I mean, Pigeon was behind me for most of the race. He got me in the end, but I won last week, so gonna have him let him win this one, I guess.
Yeah, you were obviously talking about how the conditions were affecting the race. How do you feel that affected you personally throughout qualifying and the race?
Um, I actually did a full wet quali as practice before the actual session, so I kind of knew how
Lucked
it
out on
would
that one.
be. And then in Q1, I just put on as much fuel, like 20 laps or so. In Q1 and just did laps whole of Q1. Same with Q2, and then just about squeaked through to Q3, and yeah, the mistake in Q3 as well. So got some solid laps in. I think like 20, 25 laps I did in
Hmm.
quali. But I didn't expect to drive while the rain was coming down with the hard tires. But actually, the hards were quite decent. I felt better on the hards in the rain than I felt the inters in quali. So yeah, I think I was also quicker than Rob in the end there because his mediums must have dropped off because my hards in the end were like 55%. But yeah, kept it calm, and luckily I thought about my actions wisely, and then it worked out with P2 in the end, which I think now puts me more than 25 points clear as well, which is crucial.
Yeah, so obviously you're the championship leader. We head to Azerbaijan next round. So how are you feeling about that one?
It's well, Baku is especially this game. It's really tough on the rear tires, even worse than on other games. So like I said in Australian Monza, it's survival of the fittest really. So as long as you finish, you'll get some decent points, and I think also have good pace as I've shown in the previous races. So a target will obviously be qualify in the top 5, even though that will be a bit tough. And then just keep there or thereabout. And as we've seen in the last 2 races, if you're there or thereabout, you're probably going to get a decent position or maybe even a podium in the end. So that'll be the main target, and we'll see. I'm going to fight next week. I'm ready for anyone.
Oh, got P2 this weekend, so congratulations on that.
Yes.
Yeah, once again, congratulations, Atom. We'll move on to our winner for tonight's race, Mr. Pigeon Munch himself. Take this however way you want, Mr. Pigeon Munch. I don't think many people expected you to be on the top step tonight. There was obviously a lot of fast drivers tonight, but it's a very good surprise seeing yourself on the top step. Tell us how your quali went and how your race pace felt during those changing conditions.
Quali wasn't great. I thought it would be better. I'd tried more downforce and it didn't really give much, and then had an incident with Easton in the Q3, which definitely docked me some places, but luckily enough it wasn't, a major deal. I might have lost 3 or 4 places, but he knew straight away it was a fault, so that wasn't a problem. And
Yeah,
then
well, mhm.
yeah, just super surprised because I've been struggling really with the balance of pretty much every setup. It's just so difficult to find the balance slow corner and fast, and I've been struggling with understeer mid corner, but then oversteer on exit, and it's been mad just trying to find it, and ultimately I've been going back in races when normally I was always a slower qualifier and going forward. So it was actually really nice to be able to keep up with Atom, who I know is a step ahead of me in pace, but he carried me a bit with the DRS, which is fine. I'll take that. And yeah, just super happy that I kept it clean.
Yeah, well, obviously Monza's one of those kind of tracks where it's all down to really just your race pace and picking off drivers one by one as you head down that main straight. Do you feel like your what's it called? Your setup was as good as you could have got it, or do you think you could have made it a little bit better?
If it was a full dry race, maybe just a little bit faster in straight line speed, but the balance I had through the corners was much better. And I completely abandoned my Monza setup, which was funny because I went off a setup that I used in a hopper, and it was wet and it felt
Uh-huh.
good. It was for a merit that whacked down the downforce. And yeah, it just felt really it just felt really good. So it was a bit of a wing it. And yeah, it was just a little bit slow on the straight line, but as long as you were in that DRS train, you could get pulled through. Which is why I actually my pit stop was actually a little bit forced. Because on the entry to the final corner, I touched the grass and I had like a half spin, and I lost about
Yeah, absolutely.
half a second to a second. So I was like, well, I've got to pit now. I have to pit because I lost the DRS. I was just going to lose time. But it was a bit of a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, it seemed like that. Really, drivers just hanging on with DRS and letting them pull along. This puts you in a pretty good position to be back in the championship fight. I think this moves you ahead of Aldaf, if I'm correct in saying. But we'll wait to see the final results. How do you feel about how the championship's shaping up, and do you see yourself being on top by the time we get to the final round?
No, I don't see myself being on top, but I'd like to be around that like top 5, top 6 if possible. But I think there's drivers in here faster than me probably that would, if they all had the perfect races, would finish ahead of me. But I'd try my best to keep it clean and get to the end of every race, and that often works best for me. And if I can come out on setups like in this race where I was able to keep up with the guys on top, then I think I could be in that top 5 towards the end.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll see how it goes, and I think really these championships are all just about consistency, to be honest with you. With drivers obviously being one week the fastest on track, then going to next week having unfortunate incidents. So it's really just about consistency if you want to be in that championship fight. But as we've said to the other two drivers, we move to Azerbaijan next week. How do you feel about that track and changing it obviously from a permanent track being Monza to a street track like Baku?
It's definitely not one of my best tracks, being on the controller. But the handling model changing on this game has helped a lot, definitely with the street circuits, especially Monaco. That was much better, performance-wise, and like just actually more enjoyable. The little bit I have done on Baku, I found it really odd. The car to set it up had to be really understeery. So hopefully I can get something a bit more comfortable. But it's just another race of survival. If I can get to the end with less incidents than everyone else, then hopefully it'll yield a good result.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, thank you very much for joining us, and we hope to see some just as good performances over the next rounds in Season 9.
Cheers, thank you.
That'll do us tonight for Division 1. It's been me, Aaron SEO, on main comms, joined by Liam, who we thought was going to be only for quali, but was absolutely blessed to have for the full of the stream.
Well,
so thanks a lot, Liam.
It was a pleasure, mate.
Thanks for joining me and keeping me company.
Can't have you be
we'll be
lonely.
back absolutely. We'll be back same time tomorrow for Division 2 around Monza. I think your commentator will be the one and only Rodders. We'll be back same time next week for Azerbaijan in Division 1, so that'll be an interesting one to watch.
Certainly will be.
Absolutely, we'll catch you guys tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Have a good one, guys.